Morning everyone, great to see you. For those of you who missed my live, I just want to talk briefly about my 3 tips to help you to stop worrying, or at least ameliorate it as much as you can, because we all know that mental health is so important at the moment, and it always has been. And we all worry from time to time. It's natural to worry. But if we worry too much and fret too much, it leads to anxiety, and anxiety leads to depression. So your life can be quite immobilized and leaving you unable to act, unable to make decisions. And it really does have a massive impact on your health. It can raise your heartbeat, you produce stress hormones. It leaves you feeling afraid to go out, almost afraid to do the things that you want to do because you're worrying. And it's so frustrating, isn't it? And it becomes a habit. It can become an addiction, so we can become addicted to worrying. People also say it runs in my family, so they believe it's genetic. Well, I don't know about that, but all I know is that we learn from our experiences and we absorb what's going on from our birth. So if your parents were anxious and stressed and worried a lot and you've witnessed that, you might emulate it as an adult. I had 3 people come to me recently. It was the grandmother, the daughter and the granddaughter, and they all experienced worry and they all thought it was genetic. And as I work with them, I help them to see that really it was a learnt behaviour. And if you can learn a behaviour, the great news is you can unlearn it. So I'm going to give you 3 tips now that have helped me enormously over the years, and I'm sure they will help you. Tip number 1, ask yourself the question, is this worry solvable? Is there an action I can take right now to solve this problem, worry, concern? This means you're being productive and proactive and looking for a solution. And the mind loves you to look for solutions because it will help you to find them. So anything that you're anxious about, is there any action you can take right now to help that? Is there a phone call you need to make? Is there anyone you need to speak to? And also, if you worry about, you worry about the past, about what's happened before, we ruminate on things, we stress about things. The reality is the past has gone and we learn from the past, but I don't want you to regret your past. Please don't regret. So when you get the feelings of the rumination wanting to come in, the worry, say stop and say, what can I do about this? What action can I take right now? If it's worrying about the past or worrying about the future, they're sort of areas which are very grey, aren't they? We know that things happened and it stressed us and it was a worry at the time, but then we worry about the future in relation to what's happened in the past. What if that happens again? What if I meet that type of person again? And again, it's going to immobilise you. If you're looking for love and you've been hurt before and you worry about the time you were hurt, you're going to project that into the future and start to catastrophize and worry about, what if I meet that same type of person again? Well, you may not, you don't know. So if the worry is solvable, brainstorm it and look for an action you can take. If it isn't, say stop and ask that question again, what can I do about this? And if your subconscious mind says nothing, then again stop. And that leads me to number 2. Accept the uncertainty and the worry. Accept it. And if you're a chronic worrier, which a lot of us are, this will help you enormously to accept it. not push it down, not repress it. This is what people do. They push things down and act as though nothing's happened. There's a great Zen philosophy, and I love it. It says to be happy in your unhappiness. So it's not pushing something away. It's acknowledging that it's there. And it's okay to feel like that, because feelings pass. And what's interesting, if you allow yourself to feel and you just leave it there without trying to solve it, just leaving that feeling there, gradually it fades away. Believe you me, it will. Now, I'm going to go on about mindfulness now, which is number 3. It's another great thing to do. So no matter where you are and you start to worry, that feeling comes up over you. Again, say stop and be mindful of where you are. Even the room that you're in, have a look at the room you're in. You're like, in here I've got images on the wall. I'll go around and look at the pictures. I will become mindful of the space I am in. Another thing to do is to go out for a walk. I love nature, and walking in nature is one way to be mindful, and even to stop and look at the trees. Stop and look at the vista around you. That will take you away from the worrying. It really will. Walking, breathing, it gets oxygen into the tissue, so it reduces the stress hormones, it produces the feel-good ones. And another quick tip, which I use a lot, is to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, breathe out your worry or concern and let the universe deal with it. So we'll do that a few times now. This is your last tip. So take a deep breath in with the worry or concern that you have. Breathe it in and then just exhale it into the universe and let it go. Think about surrendering it. Think about surrendering that worry, and do another deep breath. And again, as you exhale, release that worry or concern into the universe, and trust as you surrender, that worry will begin to leave you, creating more space in your mind to be more creative, more productive, more proactive. So that's it, my 3 tips for you. And remember, it's okay, you're okay. And if the worry is solvable, take action. If it isn't, say stop and become mindful. And another thing you can do is ask yourself, is this really true? Is this really me? Often it isn't. Often we worry about things that never actually happened in the end. We worry about things which may happen in the future, which may not happen in the future. So bring in mindfulness, focus on your breathing, letting go and surrendering, and taking action if you can. Because believe you me, the minute you start taking action on things, miracles, manifestations, things begin to happen in a way that you never imagined. So there you go, that's my 3 tips to help you to reduce and stop worrying. Have a great day. Until next time, love you all. Thank you very much. Bye.